How is it going, Bears fans? Welcome back to another episode of Beared Down Uncut, where we talk everything Bears every day of the week. Today, we've got breaking news out of Hallis Hall. Head coach Matt Nagy has announced that Bill Lazor will take over offensive play calling duties in Week 10 for the Chicago Bears, a move that a lot of Bears fans have been waiting for quite some time. So today, we are going to be giving you guys our thoughts on this move and also giving a little bit of insight on what Lazor has done throughout his tenure being an NFL quarterbacks coach and offensive coordinator. Today, to talk about this good news on a feel-good Friday, Friday the 13th, I am joined with my co-host, Jaylen McClinton, and once again, my name is Chris Malpe. I am your host. Jaylen, how's it going, buddy?
I'm doing good. I was just chilling. It's Friday. And I don't have any classes today, so was just sitting back, relaxing, preparing for some college football tomorrow. Watch some quarterbacks that we could potentially take in the draft, and like I said, just enjoying my day. And we got some good news today. So I know we're gonna talk about it, but other than that, it's been a pretty good day for me.
Yeah, a pretty good day. I guess Friday the 13th can be good. The first Friday the 13th this year was March 13th, and that was the day that the entire country went into quarantine. But taking a look at the Bears, here's where they rank through Week 9 on offense. They've got 4.81 yards per play. That's 31st in the league. 3.71 yards per carry is 29th. 5.71 yards per pass, 29th. 2.7% interception rate, 22nd. 32.3% on third down, 31st. 50% scoring in the red zone, any points, 30th, and 19.8 points per game, ranks 29th in the league. We knew that the Bears needed to make a change at offensive coordinator. We've been calling it for a while. We made a video a couple days ago where me, Parth, and Jaylen all said that we thought the play calling should either be handed off to John DeFilippo or Bill Lazor. We're going to get Bill Lazor here in Week 10 against the Vikings. Nagy did say that this isn't a permanent move. They're going to reassess after the bye week, but you would hope that it can't get much worse than we've seen it be lately. So, Jaylen, I want to pass it back to you. What are your initial reactions on this move?
I'm glad he did it. They was basically talking about it this whole week. In the press conferences, like, are you gonna give up play calling? And he basically kept it internal. And when Nagy does that, he's usually looking at it, and he actually did it. So I'm surprised he announced it. 3 days before the game, but I'm
And he
not
said he
surprised.
wasn't going to announce it originally. He said it
Yeah,
was going to be something that was going to be done behind closed doors.
yeah. So that's why I was kind of surprised that he announced it on Friday instead of we just be surprised that we see Bill Lazor having the call sheet. So I'm happy that Nagy actually did it. The play calling hasn't been the best in the last two seasons of the NFL, and so I'm just glad he did it.
Yeah, I got to go ahead and agree with you. I think we all knew this had to happen, and I was someone who was definitely supporting for it. I think Matt Nagy is a great head coach, not the greatest offensive play caller. I really do believe that he's changed the culture in Chicago, but we see this offense through Week 9, and they're ranking bottom it's bottom 10th of the league in basically every important statistical category offensively. So I think this is a great move by the Bears. We saw the Jets do it, and while they did lose to the Patriots a couple of nights ago, ever since they did it and they handed off play calling from Adam Gase to, I believe, Dwell Loggins, funny enough, a familiar face for the Bears, they've been able to get some more production going on offense. So we don't know what this move's going to do, but hopefully it can bring some spirit into this offense and we can see some more diverse play calling moving forward. Jaylen, next question. It's going to be a pretty easy one to answer. There's some people online right now saying Lazor isn't going to change anything. He hasn't been good in the past, but was this the right move by Matt Nagy? And do you think that he made this move at the right time?
Yeah, he definitely made it at the right time. Oh, I'll go to your last question. I think it was a good move just because, like I said, of how the stuff was going. And yeah, I definitely think this was a good time to do it. We're 5-4. This is a division opponent who we've played well against the last two seasons. Nagy's been the coach, and after this week we're going to a bye, so we don't play until next Sunday or two Sundays after this. So we have almost 2 weeks to assess the offense and get ready for our game against the Lions. Is it after the bye?
The Green Bay Packers.
Oh, the Packers. That's even worse. So yeah, this is definitely a good time to assess it. If Lazor doesn't call plays well, then we look back to it. We see what Nagy can do to prepare for the Packers, and if he does, we continue to build on it. So this is definitely a great time to do it, and I'm just glad Nagy actually did it.
Yeah, I'm glad that he did it as well. I think it was the right time to do it. You take a look at the Bears' schedule moving forward. Obviously, they have Minnesota now, then a bye week, then Green Bay, and then I believe Detroit after that, as well as some opponents like I know we are going to have obviously Green Bay again. We're going to have the Vikings again, but we also have Houston and Jacksonville. A lot of big games coming up down the stretch that the Bears are going to have to win if they want to put themselves in the chance, give themselves a chance to make the playoffs. So I think it's good that they did it now. Lazor's going to have a chance against a very weak Minnesota defense to be able to get his feet wet. I hope he can get it going, and I'm confident that he can do it. So, getting a little bit into the past of Bill Lazor's offensive play calling in the NFL, he recently called plays in 2014 for the Dolphins. That team had a stud running game led by then star running back Lamar Miller, who was pretty young, who now, ironically enough, is on the Bears. He also worked for 2 seasons with the Cincinnati Bengals from 2017 to 2018 as their play caller, but that was some dark years there in Cincinnati. So Jaylen, obviously, a lot of people thought it should go to Lazor. Also, probably a very similar amount of people thought that John DeFilippo should get the play calling sheet, but we've seen him have his ups and downs throughout his time in the league as well. Do you like this move? Do you like the idea of them going to Lazor?
Yeah, because I don't think it could be been any worse. We had 0 points to the third quarter at a certain point, and I don't think we scored a point till what was it, the fourth day we finally scored our first point of the game against Tennessee.
Yeah, and we've only scored, I believe, 10 points in the third quarter this year as a group. So
Yeah, so definitely it couldn't got worse than that. We seen the Tennessee was one of the worst defenses in the league, and we see them get completely toasted by the Colts yesterday. And the Colts don't have a very high scoring offense, so this is the right time to do it. Hopefully, Lazor can call successful plays. I don't want to see any runs on first down because I feel like the whole NFL knows that. I'm tired of seeing screens on third and long. At first, like when the season first started, I was happy to see Cordell in the backfield, but without Tariq Cohen and him being basically the second down or the second running back, I don't want to see him in crucial moments when it's third and short, and we try to run him up the gap. That's not what that's not what he's here for. So hopefully, with Lazor being the play caller, we see Lamar Miller get activated to the active roster, and he be our second running back. He might get upgraded since sadly David
David
Montgomery
Montgomery has missed practice 2 days in a row. Yeah.
without a concussion. But praise to David. Hopefully he can bounce back from that. We've seen Allen Robinson not practice the whole week and play against the Saints. So who knows? But I definitely think we will see Lamar active for the game, and Lazor could use the talent we have in this offense. We have a lot of talent. We have a very good top 10 wide receiver. We have one of the best rookie wide receivers in Darnell Mooney. We also have a wide receiver in Anthony Miller who's put up numbers in his first 3 seasons. He's just not been consistent with it, but we know that he can do it. Jimmy Graham, he has 5 touchdowns. I think that's definitely top 2 for the whole NFL. Hopefully we can get Cole Kmet the ball if he plays this week. But I'm definitely excited to see what Lazor can do. We play not that good of a defense in Minnesota, so it's basically a wait and see for me.
Yeah, it's wait and see for me as well, but I do like the idea of activating Lamar Miller because you take a look at 2014, Lamar Miller's third year in the league when he was 23 years old. He had his best season with Bill Lazor that year. He had 216 rushes for 1,099 yards, also 8 touchdowns. He averaged 5.1 yards per carry. I do hope that the Bears bring him up this week. I like the move of Lazor. Coming into the season, we didn't know whether Matt Nagy was going to be calling plays or not. We probably thought that it was going to be the assumption that the Bears weren't going to make a switch in offensive play calling duties. But I did a bit of research on Lazor throughout the offseason. Something that it seems like he loves is heavy play action sets, and we've seen Nick Foles have a ton of success in the play action in the past with Doug Peterson up in Philadelphia. So I like the move personally. I think it brings life to this offense, and it would be nice to see the Bears hang up something like 25 or 30 in a couple of nights, as you mentioned, Jaylen. So one more question before we close this one off. I mentioned it earlier. Lazor spent the 2013 season with Nick Foles in Philadelphia. Obviously, the year before he went down with Lamar Miller in Miami. And that was a year where Nick Foles threw a career high 27 touchdowns. So, Jaylen, I want to ask you, obviously, we know right now Foles is the guy for the Bears. Do you think Lazor can get this offense going with Nick?
That's the whole question, if he can, we look at Matt Nagy like, what were you doing these past 9 games, and even in going into last season, that we didn't see the play calling wasn't that good. So yeah, hopefully, he has a quarterback that he's called plays for before, and Nick Foles, and if it doesn't, and if he doesn't do well, when we look and say Lazor sucks as well, or we just don't have the personnel to fit the offense that these two are trying to run.
Yeah, it could get real rough if Lazor's play calling doesn't go well, because that might mean we need a little bit of a sweep up in the front office in the offseason. But you know what? I do think Lazor gets the offense going a little bit here. I don't think it can get much worse than it's gotten. Once again, bottom 10th of the league, I would say, in most important offensive stats. We face a really vulnerable defense this weekend with the Minnesota, or next week, I would say Monday, with the Minnesota Vikings. So I'm excited to see him calling the plays. I hope, as Jaylen mentioned earlier, we can stop seeing the dink and dunk that we're used to seeing from Nagy. We can see some vertical shots down the field, some more cohesive route running. I think it's going to get better with Lazor, and I truly do believe that. So thank you guys so much for listening to episode number 93 of Uncut. We gave our thoughts on the move of the Bears switching play callers from Matt Nagy to Bill Lazor, a move that a lot of us have wanted to happen for quite some time. If you would like to find more content from us, you can head over to our website, bearddown.com. We're posting Collins articles and blogs throughout the week to get you guys ready for the Bears' Week 10 matchup on Monday Night Football, November 16th against the Minnesota Vikings. If you would like to find us on social media, you can find us on both Instagram and Twitter at Beared Down. We're going to be announcing a giveaway very soon on both of those platforms. Definitely is going to be free to enter. So be sure to go check those out. And finally, you can find the links to me and Jaylen's social media down in the description. I'm going to link our Instagram and our Twitter pages down there. It's a great way to interact with us, and we're very active on those platforms. Jaylen McClinton, we finally got some positive Bears news today. Friday the 13th. You didn't think it was going to be coming now. Obviously, as Matt Nagy said throughout the week, it was not going to be revealed to reporters, but a pretty good Friday. I guess you can call it a freaky or a fun Friday, but any last words?
Bear down. I don't know how many Bulls fans watch this podcast, but the NBA draft is next Wednesday, and so like 5 days or something like that. The Bulls have the fourth pick. I'm tired of having the seventh. Bears play on Monday. We have a new play caller, and hopefully we can put up 30 points. If we put up 50 points on the Vikings, I'm gonna cry. If we put up 30 points on the Vikings, I'm gonna cry because one, that means the defense wasn't on the field for dang near the whole game, and we actually have a capable. Or you give me hope that we can score points consistently. So like I said,
I would take 20 at this point, man.
At this point, I would take 20. We if we put up 20 last game, we still would have lost because the offense gave up a touchdown. So who knows? The defense has been playing lights out with a terrible offense. So hopefully we can give this defense a break. I know the defense is very tired of being on the field so long, but I know I'm rambling. But other than that, beer down, and yeah.
Yeah, I guess you can say light at the end of the tunnel for Chicago Bears fans. It's been a tough 3-game skid, but this Week 10 game against the Vikings could really tell the tale of this season, and the Bears will have a new play caller in that one, so it should be very exciting. It's been a pleasure to be your host. Once again, my name is Chris Malpe. Bears fans, as always, do us a favor. Stay safe. I'm going to add something in right here. I don't know if it's funny or not, but I'm going to do it. Fire the laser and bear down. We'll see you.
Hey, you're mad corny, bro. In the podcast, bro. You're mad corny.
See you in the next one, guys. Peace.